Hello everyone, my name is Mr.Orange and welcome to part 15 of the Grand Tour game. So this is going to be the very last episode on Season 3, Funeral for Ford. And I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers for this episode, but it's going to get quite emotional. So yeah, we're going to jump into episode 14 and of course we're going to play from the start and begin. So yeah, of course, I hope you guys will enjoy this last episode on Season 3, and let's go ahead and jump into this episode. Let's do this.
Thank you. And coming up in this never-to-be-forgotten show, Richard operates a bat. James sits in a car humming. And I park outside a cathedral. Thank you so much. Now this is a bit of a Ford-based show because we were staggered to hear the other day that they're thinking of pulling the plug on the Mondeo.
Now, this is enormous news. In Britain, losing the Mondeo is a bit like, well, losing the royal family.
Yeah, and if that happened, someone would make a documentary about it.
Quite, which is why we decided this week the Grand Tour should make a documentary about the passing of Ford's medium-sized family saloon. It's exciting stuff. The Mondeo story actually begins way back when the world was black and white. With this, the Ford Cortina. This is Genesis, the first chapter in easily the most important book in British motoring history. It came along in 1962, and apart from the CND rear lights, it was nothing special. It wasn't revolutionary like the Mini, it was just an ordinary family saloon. Ford therefore decided that to put it on the map, they'd mount an assault on the world's racetracks, which meant creating a high-performance version, the world's first ever fast Ford. And this is what they came up with. Life doesn't get much better than this. Cadwell Park, sunny day, Mark 1 Lotus Cortina. This thing is a riot.
Wow, I do really love the sound of this engine. Look at this thing. It's so beautiful. I think we previously drove this car in another episode, but this is much amazing. We're also driving on a brand new track, which is pretty amazing. But yeah, the Ford Cortina. It was not a special car. Like back in the day, it was just a normal little sedan for for people that can buy this car. A fairly cheap, affordable Cortina. It was nothing too special. It was nothing too amazing, but still, it's still really amazing to look at it. Even I also do really love the taillights in this thing. It's kind of retro stylish. Okay, and then a little drift here. Whoops, I just hit a couple of cones. Damn, look at this thing. I'm kind of curious, is this a Lotus engine? I think it's going to be a Lotus engine for sure. It's not going to be a standard Ford engine that has been customized. What are you doing, Clarkson? This is perfect. Oh, okay, no, I didn't accept that. Okay, that's not what I had to do here. Okay, we're almost there at the finish line. Come on, can we do this in time? Yes, perfect.
It had a revolutionary twin-cam 1.6-litre engine, which sounds like a murder of mad bees. It revved like hell, all the way to 8,000 RPM, and produced 105 horsepower. Oh, wow! The result was some spectacular performance. The road cars would do 108 miles an hour, and in race trim, that shot up to 145. That was the stuff of spaceships back then. And best of all, if you were really on it, it would lift the front wheel in the corners. On the downside, it didn't stop properly, and there was very little grip. So it was an oversteer mentalist.
An oversteer, amazing vehicle. Or, I don't know, what did I say there? Okay, so here we have to drift with the Cortina, which we're gonna try to do our best here. It's not one of the best drifting cars of all time. Let's try to do a couple small drifts on this corner. Yeah, I feel that this car is a little bit more heavier than the other ones that I have driven. Oh my god, oh, that's not great. I just skipped the whole track almost. Come on. Get some of these little drifts here. There we go. And then, oh, that's terrible. That's really... I hope I will still get a gold on this. So far, I'm not doing great.
It's quite scary through here.
Yes, it is. A little bit. Not a lot. Okay, a couple of drifts here. Okay, we're almost there. Yes. We got ourselves a bronze. We're getting close to that gold. Pretty close. Oops, okay. We're not doing that great. Oh, yes, now we're doing much amazing. I'm keep going off this track. It's maybe because of this Ford Cortina not having a lot of grip, if you cannot tell. And ooh, that's a beautiful drift. Keep going off the track, just hitting the cones casually. Damn, you're beautiful. And it's also a two-door version. I thought there was a four-door version, but I think it's just a little two-door Ford.
It was also astonishingly brittle. Autocar magazine ran one for a year, 29,000 miles, and in that time, it needed 6 rear axles and 3 sets of rear suspension, and probably a whole load of new half shaft as well, because they were made from chocolate. But it didn't matter, because the Lotus Cortina wasn't designed to last a lifetime. It was designed to last about 40 minutes, because that is how long a race lasted. Back in the early 60s, saloon car racing in Britain was just about the most exciting motorsport the world had ever seen.
Oh, that's epic. And we're also gonna race against all the saloons. Oh, that's so cool. Look at all these Ford Cortinas. Oh no, there's another car behind us. Okay, can we get in front of Hammond? Because he's in first place. Of course we can. We are a pro driver. Well, not 100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, we are. We just drifted beautifully on that corner. And now just full on speed in this little high revving Cortina. Oh my god!
I just want to say, Hammond, you witless dishcloth.
They're just calling themselves out. But the thing that I really like about like other cars is like just revving the car, like really revving it high. I really love when cars are revved to like 9,000 or 10,000 RPMs. Like some of the Toyota cars, like the 4AG. If you guys know that engine, put a comment down below. It's like a really, really famous Toyota engine. Just revs high. It just sounds amazing. Really amazing engine. And there's also the rotary engine that revved like crazy amounts. The problem is, on the rotary engines, they were really not reliable. And that's the problem with it, but they revved really high. And we got an... Oh, we still have one more lap. Who's behind us? Abby. In a... I don't know, what is that? Is that another Ford? Another beautiful, big Ford sedan? I think it is. Okay, we're going a little bit out of the track, but we're going to take a little shortcut. Okay, Abby's getting really close. 120, ooh, 130 miles per hour almost. Oh, now we did it. Beautiful. Okay, look at the drift. Born brittle. Okay, a little drift. Oh, no, what happened there? Come on. And then a little drift here. Perfect. You're doing well, Cortina. Lotus Cortina, you're doing really well. And a little drift here. Perfect. That's much smoother. And now, come on. Just give me all the power that you have. How much? I think this car had 105 horsepower, so come on. That's more than enough. Just unleash your 100 horsepower if you can. Oh, we did it.
A massive American Ford would roar down the straights, and then in the corners, the army of minis would be right back at them. It was beautiful, snarling chaos. But when the dust settled, it was the Lotus Cortina that was doing the winning. It actually won the championship in 1964, and it didn't only shine on the tracks. In 1966, it won the RAC Rally of Britain.
Oh, we're also going to be rallying in a black and white theme. This is going to be interesting. Okay, this is I'm not really used to this black and white style of racing, but let's see how we're gonna do. Okay, a couple of sharp corners that I'm seeing right now, but we're doing great. Doing very well. Whoops. Okay, no. Stop hitting the walls. Thank you very much. Okay. And then beautifully. So we have to hit this in 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Oops.
Hope we can do this. Oh, I just hit a sign. Literally just hit a sign. Come on. Give me power. Oh my god, we're getting so close. So extremely close. Can we do this? Yes, that was close.
At this point in history, wrestling had only just given way to the Rolling Stone, and the glamorous Cortina caught the mood of the moment perfectly. It was exciting. The first car ever that made the ordinary family man feel special, like he wasn't just a downtrodden cog. These were the best-selling cars Britain had ever seen by miles. You joined me in Doncaster, outside my old school. And I remember very clearly coming out of that door one afternoon in 1969, skipping along here, coming round this gatepost here, and I noticed that parked over there was a 1600E, an E in amber gold, just like that.
Oh, and I guess we have to take a picture of this Cortina. Perfect.
And in it was my dad. And that was impossible. I can still remember now, vividly, how I felt. My knees actually buckled. I mean, the hairs on the back of my neck are rising now in exactly the same way as they did on that autumn day 50 years ago. I can also remember the enormity of the hug I gave my dad because I was just so proud of him. I mean, he had an E. An E stood for executive. My dad had a 6000E. I mean, that meant he was better than the Duke of Edinburgh. A few years later, in South Wales, another young boy called James May went through the exact same thing.
I was at my mate Andrew Jones's house, just up the road from ours, when his dad came in and said that my dad had just arrived home and he had a new car. So, I went outside, and there, parked next to the curb, was a brand new Cortina GXL. And I thought, well, that can't be my dad's new car.
Oh, that's another amazing vehicle. That's beautiful. I love the color of it.
This was the all-new Mark III Cortina. And because it was the GXL model, it had chrome strips on the grille, and a vinyl roof, and 4 auxiliary dials that were angled towards the driver.
It also had something called a rev counter, and I'd never seen one of those before. But when I looked at it, I suddenly became aware that my body could produce semen.
Unfortunately, not all children in Britain were as fortunate as James and me, because some of them were born in Birmingham. And you couldn't really have a Ford here because this was the home of British Leyland.
I grew up here on this street, and I remember the day my dad came home with our new car. I prayed it would be a Cortina. Literally prayed, but it wasn't.
And what is it? Okay. Oh no, we have to guess what car is it. Oh, that's really sad. Indeed, that is. Okay, I think that goes here. Oh, it's an Allegro. I see what car. Okay, this goes down here. That's really sad. I feel really bad for him. He wished that he had a really beautiful car or something. Okay, sorry if I'm talking a lot about a lot of random stuff. Okay, you go here. What is wrong? There's still... Oh, you go here. Oh, come on. I got... Oh, no. I almost got it myself. Oh, okay, so I know he has an Allegro. That's great to know, but I'm gonna retry this. So I'm very sorry about this.
Literally prayed.
Okay, so let's see if we can do better right now. So you go here. You go like this. Okay, we're gonna do better. There's also very sad music playing in the background, which I kind of feel sad. Okay, you go... No, you go up here. And I guess you go here. Okay. Back in the day, people didn't have a lot of money to afford the greatest and newest vehicle. But there we go. We did it in a good time. An Austin Allegro.
What it was a shoulder-sagging bag of disappointment called the Austin Allegro Estate. It doesn't even have 4 doors. What was my father thinking? Why did he do that to us? I fell to my childish knees, threw my head back, and I howled at the sky.
Because my dad had the GXL, he got the brake servo and the alternator as standard. I'm sorry to keep banging on about this GXL thing, but my mate Lonnie, his dad only had an XL, so he was scum.
Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and drive this beautiful green Cortina. Peak childhood. Look at this car. Damn. I'm in love with this car. 4 doors, beautiful green paint job, just adds up. And even the beautiful view, this is perfect. I remember as a childhood, I remember my grandpa a very long time ago. He drove a Fiat Punto, and at the time I was like, really? A Fiat Punto? Like, there were so many beautiful cars to choose from, and he chose out a Fiat Punto, which is, I'm not gonna say it's the worst car that they have ever made, but it's fine. Like, it was also, I also had a green paint job. It was a two-door, I think a two-door back in the day. But still, I remember having so many great times with, you know, sitting in that car, going to beautiful places and all of that. And now we have, till this day, my family right now has, or my grandpa to be more exact, he has a Nissan Almera, a 1999 version. So it's a four-door. So yeah, it's a little bit of an older car. But the thing that I really like about it, it's a four-door, and these cars are kind of rare on the roads here. So still, I really love that little Nissan Almera that my grandpa still drives. So it's going to be a very remembered car. So here we are. Perfect.
I've never driven one of these before, and to be honest, I never wanted to, because that really would be meeting a childhood hero. I love it though.
Thanks, even better now, can't you? What about this one? I'd say.
Outside of Birmingham then, everyone, young and old, was in love with Ford's four-door saloon. Because of this love affair, Ford sold a Cortina somewhere in Britain every 47 seconds. In 20 years, they sold 2.6 million of them. And let me put it this way, British Leyland took twice as long as that to sell half as many Minis. The Cortina then had become a part of the fabric of Britain. It was the nitrogen of our existence. But on the 22nd of July, 1982, Ford pulled the plug. And that was the end of that. Sad story, of course. But it's a great story.
It goes on.
You feel better?
Yeah.
Ford didn't give up on the idea of a multi-million selling medium-sized family saloon. They came up with a replacement. It was called the Sierra. Here is a picture of it. And to begin with, it was a bit of a lemon.
It was. When it came out, everybody said they hated its kind of futuristic aerodynamic shape. They said it looked horrid, like a jelly mold. And then everybody worked out the aerodynamics didn't even work.
Another problem was the motor trade hated it, because that plastic front end, if you had a crash, it would boing back into shape, which was brilliant, but you didn't know that everything behind it was actually smashed to pieces.
Now, Ford decided there was only one way to get everybody to fall in love with its new mid-sized family saloon, something they'd done before. Make a fast version.
What they came up with was this. The Sierra RS Cosworth. A car that could do 150 miles an hour.
No way that we're driving the Ford Sierra RS 500. That's an amazing vehicle. There's no way that they're driving this beautiful car. That's just really impressive. That's really amazing. It's such a, like, I really love the sound of the turbo that just roars under the engine of this car. Just really beautiful.
Gotta keep the pressure on.
Even look at the size of that wing on the back of it. That's the thing that I really like about the old Fords back in the day. They had these massive wings.
Oh my god.
And people were like looking at them like, that looks like a spaceship back in the day. People were like looking at the cars with like these big, huge spoilers, and they're like thinking to themselves, is that a spaceship or what is that? That's amazing. Okay, a couple of drifts here. Okay, and I'm hitting so many walls. But we're doing it.
Really scary. Come on, come on, come on.
Come on, we're almost there. A couple more drifts on this side. We're getting close to that gold medal. Extremely close. Yes, we did it.
Try it now.
That's easy. Okay, perfect.
It was 1986. Lots of cars could do 150, but not a Ford. That was madness. BMW and Mercedes could not believe it. This was the gardener coming into the parlour and kicking the Baron's teeth out. To keep the road-going rocket ship pointing mostly in the right direction, it got beefed-up suspension, a limited-slip diff, and its most famous feature, that massive back wing. And that wing says everything about the Cosworth. Compared with grown-up things from Mercedes and BMW, it says, ah, sod off. I don't care what you think about me.
Yeah, the wing is like the most famous thing about this Cosworth. Just that big, massive, white plastic thing that's just sticking out of the car. And now we just have to, oh, okay, the challenge is also called the Family Rocket, which is a little bit interesting. Okay, whoop-de-doo. That's my fault. Come on, give me all the boost that you have. Damn, this is a beautiful thing. The sad thing is you can't really go in first person, like drive it inside of the cabin. And that would be pretty amazing if they could add that in, but yeah, this is the last episode, so I'm not really sure if they're gonna add that in at some point. But damn, this is a beautiful car. Okay, a little drift here. Come on, speed up. Speed up, you beautiful thing. Oh, whoops, I just hit a wall. Come on, we're almost there. We're so close. Yes, we did it. That's a gold. Well done. Let's try to hit it under 1 minute. We're gonna try to do our best to maybe hit it in under 1 minute, which I'm gonna try to do right now.
Oh, you ready?
Perfect. Yes, I am ready.
Come on.
Perfect. And also the license plate is DII2 VFV. What does that mean? I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think of a name. I'm trying to think of what this actually means. I'm not really sure if it doesn't mean anything, but yeah. And a little drift here. Perfect. 150 miles in a Ford.
Keep going.
Yes, I'm going. Calm down. Calm down, Hammond. We're almost there. Or should we actually slow down? Like, we could slow down, or, come on, we can try to hit a better time. Oh, yes, we're so close.
Very nice.
Oh, yes, just under 1 minute. That's perfect.
Yes! Come on.
Come on. Oh, yes, we can hit a better time on this. For sure we can. Oh, we're so close. Yes.
This is like a really bad mate. You know, the one you absolutely love, but nobody appreciates you hanging around with them. Cosworth turned the Sierra into one of the most desirable cars on the planet. And because it only cost 17 grand, 6 grand less than a BMW M3, your local builder could have one. However, while everyone wanted Ford's latest working class hero, not everyone was prepared to pay for it. Things got so bad by the early 90s that the Sierra Cosworth was 5.5 times more likely to be stolen than any other car. There were numerous reports at the time of Cosworth owners receiving insurance quotes that were more than the value of the car, and eventually ensuring a Sierra Cosworth became not just expensive, but impossible. They were uninsurable. But by then, it didn't matter. The Sierra Cosworth had done its job, just as the Lotus Cortina had done 25 years earlier, by making an ordinary family saloon seem impossibly cool.
Honestly, I'm just freaking drooling. Absolute legend, drooling watching. We must now find out how fast let's see if I can still pronounce it properly, the Cosworth
Yeah, I still
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
good.
That's it.
The
Yeah.
cuzzer. You know what I mean? The cuzzer. Let's see how fast it goes around the Ebola drone.
Or the Kazi, if I'm trying to say it normally, the Kazi or the Kazi, whatever they say it. Ooh, a beautiful start from this car, and Abby's gonna see if he can hit a good time on this.
But then a scuff of wheel spin as the turbo roars into life.
Oh yes, it's still roaring right now. And here we are.
This won't be the fastest car we've ever seen, but I can bet you Abby is having an absolute riot in there.
Oh yes, she's having a great time in that car. Oh, whoops, no, I was just looking at the car.
He isn't.
I'm sorry. I need to stop looking at this car, because otherwise we're gonna get a really terrible time on this. Driving like it's stolen, yeah.
Lady's house. Back on the power for the blast to substation.
Okay, and can we do this? It's going to be really tight. It's going to be a really tight time.
Only field of sheep left.
Oh yes, and there we go.
Cross the line. That's great. That's really exciting. I was really expecting the full crossed up while crossing over. It does that four-wheel drifting, same as the Lotus Cortina. That's what they do. Anyway, let's see now how quickly Abby got it round the Ebola drome, shall we? Let's find out the time. Oh, quicker than I thought. What?
Well, it's faster than a Lamborghini.
I told you that thing was slow. It's actually slower than a Ford Sierra. But the interesting thing for me there is it's quicker than a Ford Fiesta ST 200, and they both have the same power, don't they? About 200 horsepower.
It did, yeah. I think what that goes to show is, despite all the improvements in suspension and tyres, you can't beat fitting something with a sodding great turbo. A massive turbo does the job.
Anyway, can I get back to our documentary?
Yes, do.
Because in 1993, Ford stopped making the Sierra and decided instead to export the idea that had revolutionised Britain to the whole world.
What they came up with was something they called a world car. Something not just for everyone here, but for everyone everywhere.
They called it the Mondeo, and it achieves something that no car in history has ever managed. Over the years, Richard, James and I have driven almost every car ever made. We've waxed lyrical about many of them, drooling over their styling or their handling. But incredibly, there is only one car that we all like. This one, the Mondeo ST Estate.
Oh, another beautiful sedan. The Mondeo ST200, I think. That was a 200. Oh, look at this thing. It's massive, but that's the amazing thing about it. It's massive. It should also have lots of amazing power.
It was a proper practical estate. It had a massive boot, and Ford had the sense to give it 5 doors.
Yeah.
True. That's really amazing. Even the non-ST versions of this car are still driving on the roads.
It's still comfortable. These seats were great. It still rides properly. It doesn't make a terrible racket. It's just civilized.
Oh, there's a surprise.
Well, yeah, there's always a surprise. Ah, this is amazing. I like sometimes like I see these cars driving around, but like the non-ST versions and the non-estate versions. But now till this day, I only saw like maybe 1 or 2 today. Like I'm not really sure, but these cars are not that common. And of course the ST. I have never seen a Mondeo ST sedan version. Of course, I have never seen that. But still, it's really special to see this in a game. Like this one, this example. Ooh, quite, it goes to, wow, 155 miles per hour in a state. That's quite impressive in I think, when was this car produced? I think in 1998, I'm guessing? I'm not really sure. But we got a good time.
These V6 engine, 200 horsepower. 0-67 seconds, top speed 150. It didn't look it, but this was as quick as a Cosworth. And when they turned it into the ST220 in 2002, it looked right as well. They should have sold these by the million. But there was a problem. This. The first so-called MPV, the Toyota Picnic. In 1996, when it was first introduced, we laughed at it because it seemed so stupid.
I mean, why name a car after something you might do in it? Picnic.
Oh, they didn't have a Toyota dentist, did they?
The Honda pop to the shops. It's just an ordinary act. It's not even exciting.
The Volkswagen dogging.
It's just a naff thing to do.
And the MPVs kept coming, and leasing a Mercedes got cheaper, and the effect on Ford was astonishing. In 1994, they sold 127,000 Mondeos in Britain. In 2017, that was down to 12,000. In America, things are so bad, the Mondeo will be pulled from the showrooms this year. And it's predicted that soon after that, it'll go from the rest of the world as well. And when that happens, Britain will have lost much more than just a car. The Mondeo was never fancy or spectacular. It never won Le Mans. It was never awarded a Nobel Prize. It didn't write The Grapes of Wrath. It was just your mate, someone you enjoyed going to the pub with. And here's the thing. When someone fancy or spectacular, like, say, Mick Jagger dies, it'll be sad. But when your mate dies, that is heartbreaking. So, to give this car the send-off it deserves, we've booked Lincoln Cathedral. And invited some like-minded souls to mark the moment of its passing.
Look at all these cars. Look at all these Fords. This is really sad. This is a really sad moment. That was just beautiful. Wow. I have no words for this. This is beautiful.
Very, very sad. It's very sad, and it's not the only British motoring institution that's coming to an end. We are. This is not just the last in the series. I mean, sorry, it's the show as you know it is actually ending with, you know, the track, audience, us three, and really badly fitting jackets every week. Well, this is the last one.
It is. It is. And it's sad, but we have been doing it together for 17 years.
Going back in my head, there's the cow on the Camaro.
Yeah.
The indestructible Toyota.
Yeah.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Beach buggies across the dunes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was...
Driving down that ski, I was in there, driving down the ski slope in Colorado. That was one of the best things I've ever done.
It's all been epic. Don't stop.
What?
Don't stop. Carry on, please.
Well, we do have some good news. We do have some good news. We're not.
Oh.
We're not stopping.
We can't. We'd have to get jobs.
No, we're not actually stopping.
No, I mean, the truth is, Amazon loves us. We love Amazon, so we'll carry on a bit.
Yeah, we'll stick around. The thing is, as I said, the show as you know it is ending, and that's very upsetting for us. You know, the audience and the, you know, and this sort of thing and the track. But who'd like to see us doing more big adventures? Yeah. Road trips, specials. Who wants some specials? Yeah.
There is.
Thank you.
There's still so much of the world we haven't been to.
So many people I haven't insulted.
So, there are so many cars he hasn't crashed.
Yeah, exactly. So although this is gone, the Grand Tour goes on. It goes on.
We are going to need walking sticks and nappies.
No, we are.
We are.
So while it's not goodbye from us, it is goodbye from this. Anyone want to buy a tent? See you. Take care.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
All right, guys, that was amazing. I think I really have enjoyed this one. This is, I didn't expect Clarkson just to like break down and just like say that it's going to be the end of the show, but it's just amazing to know that the Grand Tour is still going to continue on, and also Clarkson, James May, and also Richard Hammond are all going to still continue till this day, and it's just amazing, guys. This, like, it's just really sad a very beautiful, big car company just go. Like, Ford, I remember Ford being a very, like, popular company for, like, you know, for people buying their cars and all of that, but, yeah, it's just really amazing to see what they have made for this last episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this last episode on Season 3. It was a very amazing episode. It was a little bit sad. There were some sad moments, of course, and I really love this episode. Like, this might be the 4th time that I might say this, but this might be my new favorite episode. And yeah, of course, the last episode is also always an amazing episode of all of them. So yeah, I hope you guys will. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. And yeah, I'm not really sure if this if they're still gonna update, you know, this game and all of that. If they're maybe gonna add it in Season 4 or Season 5 or all of that. But we will find that out in the future. So yeah, this might be, for now, this might be the ending of sort of this game, but still, it's not really a full ending. But yeah, we're gonna end off this video right here. So it'd be very, very amazing of you if you guys could give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, guys, see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.